I'd like to take some time to discuss absolute value in a more practical way. So, when you think about just the word absolute, what are some things that come to your mind? Maybe you think of the word zero. Maybe you think of something that's very, very concentrated. I think of something that is all-encompassing, or something that is attached to the core root meaning, right? Absolute. If I'm absolutely ecstatic, right, it's a full expression. It's not lacking anything, right? So when we talk about absolute value, yes, you could just memorize that whatever is in the box, it's just the same number without the negative sign, okay? But really, it's getting at a pretty interesting concept about the laws of nature. That there's always this duality that we deal with, and there's this mirroring of energies that we see. So whether you have 3 going in this direction, which we've labeled as positive, or going in this direction, which we've labeled as negative, it's still 3 of something, okay? So whether this is 3 apples and this is 3 oranges, whether this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's talking about how many degrees away from 0 of which do we have a substance. Okay, so we're starting at the absolute. What is the value of this? What is the value of this, regardless of the direction, regardless of the sign? It could be happiness and sadness, okay? But it's the degree of feeling in the end, okay? Whether you make me super happy or whether you make me super sad. If it's 3, it's 3. If it's 2, it's 2, okay? When we look in the mirror, we see our reflection. On one hand, it is us, but it's also just an image of us, right? That's why absolute value is represented as this folded image. You can think of it as night and day, winter, summer. I know I'm throwing a lot of examples and it might seem like, where are all these random things connected? They're connected because at the end of the day, every number starts at the source, and that is 0. That's the source. Just like how everything comes back to a source energy, whether you believe that's the sun, the universe, or God, or whatever, even nothingness, okay? You're talking about the absolute value. We have assigned a quantity of 3 to this amount of space. You could think of the graph as a space-time dimension. And this degree of motion, we have labeled as like 3/1. Okay? Absolute value is saying regardless of the sign, regardless of if it's winter or summer, how hot or how cold is it? Okay? The degree of negative 100 degrees versus 100 degrees outside. Yes, there are differences. When you're going to freeze all your toes off, when you're going to melt your toes off. Okay. But it's the degree of the extreme from the point of zero. That is how far you are going. 100 degrees.